read some few points that would definitely say whether you are part of the whether you have a scarcity mindset or hauna. So listen to these points. Point number 1, a person with a scarcity mindset views the world from a point of what is lacking. Wanaangaliaga dunia kulingana na kile kitu ambacho hakuna. That is a person who has a scarcity mindset. A person with a scarcity mindset ni yule mtu mwenye ukipatianga 10,000. Same, for example, right now I have 20,000 shillings. I give someone 10,000 who has a scarcity mindset. Instead of afurahie nimempatia 10,000, ataangalia hiyo yenye sijampatia. That is someone who we call someone with a scarcity mindset. And if you're going to become successful, you must be able to outgrow that what we call scarcity mindset. Another example of a person with a scarcity mindset is a person who earns in our business. For example, ujipate umetengeneza 70,000 shillings, and even after making 70,000 shillings, instead of you being grateful that, oh my God, today I've made 70,000 shillings, you'll be thinking about the 30 you didn't make to get 100. And that is usually one of the ways that you're able to determine, that is one of the ways that we can be able to determine whether somebody has a scarcity mindset or they have an abundance mindset. So an abundance mindset ni ile yenye, when you receive some certain amount of money, or when you receive whatever you want to receive, you are able to say, I'm so grateful I was able to get this. So a person with a scarcity mindset sees the world from what they don't have, not what they have. And so they don't operate from a level of gratitude, they operate from a level of scarcity. The second thing that you can be able to, or the second way you can be able to see whether you have the scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset, is a person with a scarcity mindset lives with fear, okay? Or they view nothing as enough, and it will never be enough. So they live with fear. That is another way you're able to know whether you have a scarcity mindset or if you don't have a scarcity mindset. A person with a scarcity mindset anaishingi na woga. Even when they have money, instead of enjoying the money they have, they always think about it. Wah, ikiisha nitafanya nini? Wah, like the money when the money is over, what will I do? And now that is another thing you need to understand about a person with a scarcity mindset. So if you are a person with a scarcity mindset, you will always utaishi na woga. And I know most of us tunakuaga hapo, we live with a lot of fear. We wonder, what will I do? Nitafanyaje? Okay, nitafanyaje? Like for example, if you're over here in this particular group and probably you are in the Gulf, and you are looking at your life right now, and you're looking at it and uko like, okay, very very soon nitarudi Kenya. Na kulingana na venye najiangalia, unfortunately mimi sija save. Okay, for example, you're telling yourself, Aki like, okay, narudi Kenya in the next 4 months or 3 months, Naki miss just save. Aki sasa nitafanya nini? Now, that is an example of scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset is living in fear or what could go wrong. And one thing that I can tell you is you don't have to be afraid of anything, because there is more than enough for everyone, and there is more than enough for you. And even if utarudi Kenya kama hujasave chochote, as long as umerudi uko sawa, mambo yako itakuwa shwari. Hello. So I want you to embrace the abundance mindset. The scarcity mindset is, what will I do? They live with fear. And I want you to understand that as you continue living with fear, one thing that you must understand is that nothing will ever be enough. Even if, for example, you have a saving of 100,000 shillings, even if you have 500,000 shillings, na kuna scarcity mindset, trust me, bado utakuwa na woga. Bado utakuwa na woga. So shida si ati ni pesa hauja save, shida ni mindset yako. And as long as mindset yako hujaifix, hata urudi uko na saving ya 1 million shillings, utarudi na ile woga ya, guy, aki sasa nimesave 1 million shillings, that 1 million shillings ikiisha, nitafanya nini aki? What will I do when this money is over? And that is what we usually call the level of scarcity mindset. And that is how you're able to know if you have a scarcity mindset. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're in this meeting and you are having a scarcity mindset, I want us to work on it. We're going to be working on it. Now, the other thing is, they always shy away from anything that does not feel realistic or doable. That is a person with a scarcity mindset. A person with a scarcity mindset ni yule mtu mwenye haizi taka muongea kuhusu vitu kubwa kubwa. A person with a scarcity mindset is someone that I'll talk to, and I tell that particular person that one day we can build a house, one day we can buy a car, one day we can, and when those particular things sound very very big, they run away from it. So somebody with a scarcity mindset, they often shy away, or they run away from something that does not feel realistic or doable. So they always limit themselves to what they feel is possible. Acha tu nibaki hapa. And so when you talk about big things that are bigger than them, they are able to run away from them. They are able to shy away from them. For example, somebody with a scarcity mindset, you talk to them about buying a car, they are like, nitanunua gari one day, but in the meantime let me at least, anataka kusema kitu yenye anaona inawezekana, but ukimwambia kitu kubwa anayogopa sana. For example, if I was to tell any of you guys, I want us to work, and in the next 2 years I want us to be driving a V8 or a Range Rover, probably you'll be like, Range Rover mazee haiwezekani, so you shy away from that, and the reason why you're shying away is not because you couldn't do it, but it's because you have what we call a scarcity mindset. So I want you to really pay attention to yourself, and I want you to really be able to build beyond that particular scarcity mindset that you may be able to kidogo tu. Okay, so I want us to be able to see life in a more broader way. I want us to view life from a point of there is more than enough, hakuna upungufu wa chochote, because one of the things that is able to limit so many people from succeeding is that particular concept of aki hii kiisha sijui venye nitafanya. And we have seen some people who usually have a scarcity mindset. Even when you talk to them about the business and they have not yet joined, they will talk about like, me sina pesa and I don't think I can ever get this particular amount of money. Why? Because they are viewing life from a point of scarcity, not from a point of abundance. And so it is very important for us, ladies and gentlemen, to experience what we call a paradigm shift, a change in attitude, a change in mindset, a change in beliefs, a change in approaches, how we approach life. Because unless we're able to change those things, we'll continue having the same reality that we've been having for the time that has always been there. Now, the first thing that you need to understand about scarcity and abundance is that scarcity and abundance are nothing to do with circumstances. So scarcity is not about circumstances zako. Abundance yako is not about circumstances zako. If today you make a decision, you can enjoy abundance. If today you make a decision, you can continue making a deliberate, determined effort towards becoming or living an abundant life. That is the first thing. So it is not about your circumstances. Some people believe that the reason why they don't have abundance is because they are in a job that pays them a small amount of money. They believe that the reason why they don't have abundance is because they come from from a certain setup where the family hainanga pesa vile, so they operate from that level of wanaamini circumstances zangu mazee haziwezi nikubalisha nikuwe na abundance, and that is usually not the case. If today you make a decision, you can actually make a deliberate decision to live a more abundant life. The other thing is abundance and scarcity don't have anything to do with money, or it's not about the money. Most people usually think that the reason why I'm living a life of scarcity is because mimi sina pesa. I could be living a life of abundance if I had money. I could be dreaming of driving a beautiful car if I had money. And that is usually not the case. The reason why you don't have money for the car is because you don't have the right mindset. With the right mindset, the money will come. But I'm here to tell you, with the wrong mindset, even if the money comes, you can never keep it. Kama mindset yako si abundance, hata pesa ikuje, hiyo pesa haitakaa. So the only way the money can come and the money can stay is if your mindset is right. And that is the reason why you need to fix your mindset, and you really need to work on your mind ikue more abundant. Let me ask a question. Assuming today your mom or your child, for example, and I think you've seen this from our family setups, from African family setups. What if today your mom or your dad, let's even say your mom or your dad, today wakukola kwambie, ni aje tutumie 5,000 shillings. Even if you have the money or you don't have the money, what is the emotion you usually get? What is the emotion that you usually get? The question is, una feelingi vizuri juu amekwambia watumie kitu, ama una feelingi sasa wananiharibia mahesabu na nilikuwa nataka kufanya vitu zingine nini? So how you react to that basically dictates so much, or basically says so much about your attitude when it comes to money. It basically dictates whether you are an abundant person or you're a person with scarcity. I remember growing up and I will see some people who will tell me something like, ameenda shule, for example, they will go to school and then wakienda shule wanaenda wanaitishwa, seme for example, wanaambiwa na mzazi na mwalimu kesho waende na kitu fulani na hiyo kitu ina cost 300, and then when they will go home they will go and tell their dad, mwalimu alituambia twende na karatasi fulani. And now the dad will be very angry at the child, na si mtoto ameitisha, ni mwalimu amemuitisha. Why? Is because that particular parent is operating from a level of mimi ile pesa niko nao ni 1,000, na hiyo 1,000 nikikupatia 200 imeisha. Na sasa ikiisha nitapata ingine lini? And that is now the concept of scarcity. So in order for you to be able to live a good life, you must be able to embrace the concept of having what you call abundance mindset. The abundance mindset ni ile even if right now I'm to release this amount of money, more is coming my way, zingine zinakuja side yangu. So scarcity and abundance are not about having a lot of money, but it is a state of mind. When you have the right state of mind, I can tell you without a doubt, the money will come. When you have the right state of mind, the money will definitely come. So I want us to talk about how do we replace now scarcity with abundance? How do we now become more abundant? How do we now start enjoying abundance in our life? And these are some of the few points that I would like to give us about abundance. So the first thing is that if you really want to have an abundance mindset, if you really want to get rid of the scarcity mindset, I want you to replace, you're going to be doing these things. Number one, I want you to replace your friends who have scarcity mindset with friends who have an abundance mindset. Basically, associate with abundance mindseted or mindset people. What I mean is you need to pay attention, or you really need to do what you call a friends audit. Audit your friends. And if most of your friends wanakuwaga na ile mindset ya pesa itaisha, like anataka kushikilia, kuna ile uchoyo nini, you really need to find friends who are operating from a level of abundance. And a person who operates from a level of abundance is that particular person who does not speak about money in a negative way. Instead, they talk about money from a positive perspective. They talk about what is possible, like it is something that is very realistic. They talk about faith, like it's something that they are currently experiencing. So I want you to really pay attention to your friends. And what I want you to do is that I want you to associate with people who have an abundance mindset. If someone does not have an abundance mindset, it's good for you to try as much as possible to separate yourself from them. Always remember, associations beat habits every single day. Associations are very powerful. So how you associate with other people, they are either going to affect you positively or they're going to be affecting you negatively. So step number one, if you want to have an abundance mindset, associate with people with an abundance mindset. I repeat, associate with people with an abundance mindset. Audit your friends. If your friends have an abundance mindset, keep them. If your friends don't have an abundance mindset, try as much as possible to not really keep them for long, because they will affect you whether you like it or not. So that is the first point of replacing scarcity mindset with abundance mindset. Number two, if you really want to build an abundance mindset, you must be able to become generous. Be generous. If you can hear my voice, end up on chat box andike generosity. Being generous is one of the easiest way of building an abundance mindset. Now, the reason why I'm saying you should be generous is because the moment you give more, in your mind, you are already giving from an impression of I have enough. Niko na yangu so naweza peana, mimi ndio niko nayo. I have so I can give. And so if you really want to have an abundance mindset, it is good for you to be a generous person. If you really want to be enjoying abundance, or even to have an abundance mindset, give more. What I mean is that particular person around your area who is always begging. For example, maybe he's crippled or he's blind, or probably she's she could be needing help or anything. Just drop some that 10 shillings or 20 shillings or 30 shillings or 50 shillings in that particular cup that they have. That is the concept of being abundant, and that is the concept of being generous. Now, one thing that I can tell you is the shortest way of creating an abundance mindset is generosity. Give more. Give more. And I think that is the reason why the Bible will say something like, blessed is the hand that gives and the heart that receiveth. Because it is all about building your mindset that you can be able to accommodate wealth, or you can be able to accommodate success, or you can even be able to accommodate the life that you really want to live. So you need to be a generous person. Generosity will help you to develop more a good mindset. Now, step number 3 of developing a good mindset is let go of stuff. Let go of stuff, and don't hold grudges. Now, let me talk about not holding on to stuff. One of the mistakes tunakuwaga nayo is most of us, we have some clothes that we have been holding on from when you were small. I will visit people who they usually tell me that, you see this particular small sweater that my child is wearing, I was wearing it when I was a small child. And that is not the way you're able to enjoy abundance, especially that sentimentalism. No. Abundance is let go of stuff. Let go of stuff. I will give you an advice, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to do something called decluttering. Decluttering ni ningetaka uende kwa wardrobe yako. Na kwa hiyo wardrobe yako ende uangalie nguo zenye huvaangi. Most of us we are still holding on to clothes zenye hatuvaangi. Haujaivaa miaka 2 lakini bado umeishikilia, uko like wacha tu niishikilie. Hauvaangi lakini bado umeishikilia. And basically what that basically means is that you are not an abundant person, because unaona ni kama ikitoka hakuna ingine itarudi. So you must let go of stuff. If something is no longer serving you, let go of it. Most of us, you still have that particular cup of yours yenye ilivunjikanga, handle ya kushika ishavunjika, lakini bado you're holding on to it. No. You must let go of it so that others come. Now, the concept of releasing is usually the concept of understanding that this particular universe operates from a point of a flow. And for example, money we usually talk about money like a currency. And when you say that money is a currency, ni kumaanisha ni inasonga. inasonga. So the biggest problem with most of us is that we usually break the circuit when it gets to us. When money comes to you, you now hold it, you don't want to release it, and by holding it and not releasing it, what you are basically dictating is there is no hakuna ingine itakuja. And so it is very very important for you to let go of stuff, okay, to be generous with your money, let go of stuff. And number 4, don't hold grudges. One of the mistakes that we make is that we hold grudges. Someone alikukosea when you were babies, hadi saizi huwezi muongelesha. That is the concept of scarcity. Now, if you really want to become an abundant person, you need to understand that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So even when it comes to relationships, don't hold grudges. I can tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, grudges are very, very heavy to carry. And one thing that I can tell you is you cannot carry grudges and still carry your destiny. You will need to let one go. So if it is grudges, kuna wale watu wenye you are still holding grudges, somebody did you wrong. I understand they did you wrong, they did you shit and all that, but please let go so that you may be able to receive now bigger things and all that. So it is very very important for you to be able to build that particular abundance mindset. But abundance mindset is built through the concept of letting go of stuff and not holding grudges. Don't hold grudges, okay? Wasamehe wote. Like I don't know what somebody did to you, but whatever they did to you, just forgive them. Just let them be. Let them be. I repeat, forgive them, let them be, and that is the right way for you to be able to grow in this particular life. And that is the right way for you to be able to grow your mindset into an abundance mindset. The other thing that you really want to do if you want to build an abundance mindset is that you really need to practice gratitude. If you can hear my voice, type there in the chat box, practice gratitude, practice gratitude. Gratitude is, I would want you to practice that concept of I have enough. And there's a difference between being thankful and having gratitude. Being thankful is all about, oh, I'm so thankful. Sometimes being thankful is usually like a transactional thing. Thank you kwa kunifanyia kitu fulani. But now gratitude is, I am so grateful for life. I am so grateful for what I have. It might not be the best, but I'm grateful that I have it. I'm so grateful that I have a phone. I'm so grateful that I have a laptop. I'm so grateful that I have a house. I'm so grateful that I can cover myself from the elements and so on and so forth. So gratitude is one of the easiest way for you to be able to enjoy, or even for you to be able to cultivate an abundance mindset. In the book The Science of Getting Rich, the author writes something and says that without gratitude, we cannot be able to enjoy much power, because it is gratitude that keeps us connected to the source of all power. I repeat, without gratitude, we cannot be able to exercise much power, because it is gratitude that keeps us connected to the source of all power. So if you really, really want to go very, very far, or if you really, really want to build up your mindset, your abundance mindset, kindly remain a grateful person. Remain a grateful person. Sometimes it's good for you to just sit down and just soak in the moment, soak in the blessings that you already currently have, soak in whatever God has given you so far, and just be grateful that you do have it. Sometimes I just want you to just soak in and say, thank you, God, for my house. Thank you, God, for my child. Thank you, God, for whatever. So gratitude is everything. Without gratitude, I'm telling you, you cannot succeed, because you must stop viewing life from the lenses of what you don't have and start viewing life from the lenses of what you already have. Okay, you must stop viewing life from the lenses of what you don't have. Uache kuangalia maisha kutoka kwa ile lens ya upungufu, uanzie kuangalia maisha from the lens of uteletele ama utele. You start viewing life from I have, not I don't have, but I have. And you could be like, oh my God, I have. Okay, I have. And I think that is why there's this particular small song, short song that we were singing when we were small children, and it was like, count your blessing one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. So it is very, very important for you to be able to practice gratitude, because without because without gratitude, we cannot be able to enjoy much power. There is this statement that says that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. I repeat, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. So do you want to become rich? Do you want to become successful? I want you to practice the principle of gratitude, because a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. The more grateful you are, the more blessings usually come to you. One pastor once told us that, Joseph, if you thank God for his thumb or his finger, you will see his arm. If you thank God for his arm, you will see his hand. If you thank God for his hand, you will see him. So it is very, very important for us to be able to practice gratitude. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. So are you here looking for a miracle? Are you here looking for a life to change? Are you looking for something good to happen to your life? I'm going to give you a secret, and the secret is gratitude. So if you have, for example, and I want you to replace, I want you to have what you call a paradigm shift, and I want you to have a shift in consciousness. And what I mean by a shift in consciousness is, if you have a child of yours, kwa mfano, you have a child of yours, or na huyo mtoto anashinda akikusumbua. For example, you have a child mwenye anashinda akikusumbua, you tell them to do left, to go left, they go right. You tell them to do this, they don't do it. They don't talk to you well, nini nini. From today, I want you to practice an exercise, and the exercise is, I want you to practice gratitude. I just want you to just go and tell God thank you for them. You know, just tell them thank you. And even when they do wrong, like maybe you're usually used to shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting and shouting. Don't shout this time. You should just take it easy. Take it easy. Don't shout this time, and just be a calm person. Even if you're used to showing them emotions and everything else, now just chill, and just be grateful. In that particular moment of gratitude, is find good things in that child of yours. Find good things. They might not be listening to you, but they might be very, very sharp in class. Now, reminiscing that particular sharpness they have in class. They might not be able to do a certain things. They might not have the right attitude, but probably they are obedient if they don't have the right attitude. You know what I mean? Like there's something that they already have. You know, they might not have this, but they have this. They might not be to be kind and all that, but at least they are open. They talk to you about their issues, and you're able to help them through them and everything. So it is all about having gratitude and looking at life through the lenses of what is working, not through the lenses of what is not working. And that is now usually the magnet for miracles. So practice gratitude. A grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Now, the other thing that you want to do is that you want to avoid comparing your life. We usually say that avoid comparison. If you can hear my voice, send up a chat box, avoid comparison. We usually say that comparison is the thief of all joy. Wacha compare. Okay, stop comparing. The biggest problem, let me tell you one thing. The reason why probably right now you feel like your life is not going ahead is not that your life is not getting ahead, but it's because you're comparing your life with someone else's life. Stop comparison. Sawa sawa. Let me tell you the reality. The reality is you are a totally different human being from the other person, and you are experiencing different circumstances than them, and you are experiencing life in a different way than them. Honestly, to be honest with you, probably if they were handed what life has handed you so far, probably they would be experiencing what you're experiencing currently. So it is good for you to avoid comparing yourself. Don't compare who you are today with who someone else was yesterday. Don't compare. Don't compare. If you really want to develop an abundance mindset, avoid comparison. The reason why most of our parents did not have like a good attitude and a good, let me just say, abundance mindset is because they were always comparing us. They were always comparing us. Now you go to school, you work very very hard, you get your B, you get your C. They come and tell you mtoto wa fulani amepata A. Kwani wewe unasomeanga wapi? Now you see they were viewing life from a point of comparison. Now let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, you are you. Wewe ni wewe. Mimi ni mimi. Andika hapo kwa chat box. If you can hear me right in the chat box or in the comment section, mimi ni mimi. Mimi ni mimi. You are you. And let me be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if people were handed what life has handed to you, right now, they will just be like you or even worse. So wewe ni wewe. So stop judging yourself unfairly. Stop judging yourself unfairly. Let's be honest. Each and every one of us has been given some certain levels of what do you call it? Most of us have been given some certain levels of gifts and abilities. So you cannot judge your abilities with someone else's abilities. It would be stupid for a fish to compare itself with a lion. And that is what we usually do. Now, you could be a lion, the other person could be an eagle, the other person could be a fish. Now, all of us are not the same. So it is stupid for you to compare yourself. Like I see some of the people usually doing this in our business. They join the business and they have not been able to make some certain amount of money, and someone else has joined after them and they have made money, and now they're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. The other person has made money, I've not made money. Yes, you're not them and they're not you. They are not you and you're not them. Let me give a certain illustration that I was given some few years ago. And this illustration was saying that if today we were having those DHOWS, zile boats, and two of them, and they were moving, or they were to move from, let's say, for example, Mombasa to Dar es Salaam. Okay, they were moving from Mombasa to Dar es Salaam. And both of them are going to be blown by the same wind. They're going to be blown by the same wind. And they depart at Mombasa port at the same time. The reality is they won't get at Dar es Salaam at the same time. Now you see, it is the same. They are both boats. They are traveling on the same ocean, being blown by similar winds, but they will not get to Dar es Salaam at the same time. Why? Because just like life is just like that. Today you plant two seeds in the ground. One comes out faster or earlier than the other one. Does not mean that the other one is wrong. It will still come out. So stop comparing. Just like the way the universe has very, very many types of trees, that is how also we are. Probably The other person could be a mahogany tree. You are a blue gum. I believe blue gum grows faster than mahogany. But now, when they grow up, which one is more expensive? Definitely, I think mahogany is more expensive than blue gum. Why? Because we are different. So stop comparing. One of the ways of attracting abundance is not comparing yourself. Don't compare yourself with who someone else is today. Instead, if you must compare yourself with who you are yesterday. If you must compare yourself with who you are yesterday. Jikompare na ule mtu ulikuwa jana, not mtu mwingine. No, I don't have any business competing with Miss Catherine here. I don't have any business competing with Esnas. I don't have any business comparing myself with Aisha, but I have my business comparing myself with Joseph Maina from when? Today is the date. Or we are already in 29. I need to compare myself, Joseph Maina date 29, not Joseph Maina date 28. If today I can wake up better than I did yesterday, if today I can do much more than I did yesterday, it basically means that I am winning. And that is usually the principle of Kaizen. Kaizen is me becoming better. So it is not about whatever David is doing. No. I'm so focused watering my grass that I don't even look at whether David's grass is greener than mine. Hello? Yes, and that is how I want you to operate. So comparison is one of the things that limits many people from becoming abundant in life or even enjoying abundance in life. Now, the other thing is acknowledge your friends with genuine note of congratulations. Now, you really need to celebrate success or celebrate others. Okay, and there is this statement that says, until it's my turn, I'll keep on clapping for others. Until it is your turn, keep clapping for others. Until it is your turn, keep clapping for others. So if you really want to win, if you really want to have an abundance mindset, I want you to celebrate others like you mean it. I want you to acknowledge their success with a genuine experience of acknowledgement, with a genuine note of congratulations. So when a friend of yours win, I want you to even be more happy for their success than they are happy for their own success. Hello? Until it is your time, keep clapping for others. So we post in the group someone else has made money. No. Don't feel bad. Huyo mtu si pesa yako ametengeneza yake. Instead, I want you to celebrate them. Celebrate them. Celebrate them. And you should be genuine. So whenever we post in the group, tuseme kwa mfano, someone has made amount X, you should be number one pale kwa chat box congratulating that someone X and saying, like for example, today we had Miss Linet and Mr. Mogambi. Miss Linet today made 6,000 shillings. Mr. Mogambi made 4,800. Let's celebrate them. Let's congratulate them in the chat box. Let's celebrate them. Let's celebrate them until it is your turn. Keep clapping for others. I repeat, until it is your turn, keep clapping for others, and that is how you continue winning, and that is how you continue enjoying and that is how you continue enjoying abundance. So if you really want to enjoy abundance, keep clapping for others until it is your turn. Now, the other thing that you want to do is that you want to take small steps towards achieving your long-term goals. Commit yourself to achieving some long-term goals. Like last week during our council and coaches meeting, I was talking about focusing on the small steps towards getting to the long-term goals. We usually talk about the staircase. Now, success is gotten through staircase, not through lift. So during staircase, focus every single day on becoming better. Focus every single day on taking a step towards that success. So take those small steps. Take those small steps. The reason why most people usually operate from scarcity, and the reason why most people are usually not abundance, is because most people don't experience progress in their life. Focus on experiencing progress. Progress is very, very important. If, for example, you want to buy a piece of land someday, save 1,000 towards buying that piece of land. Yes, now see it. You know, the biggest problem with most of us is that we usually save money and then that money saves us. Una save pesa alafu inarudi inakusave. No, this time I mean save 1,000 towards doing something big. Na usitoe. Sawa. Like make steps towards getting those long-term goals, and taking those small steps towards getting those long-term goals will help you to really, really work on your mindset in order for you to have an abundance mindset. Lastly is trust yourself. Trust yourself. You must trust yourself. You must trust yourself, because remember, you have done the best with whatever this life has given you. If you really want to develop that abundance mindset, you must lastly trust yourself. Giamini, trust yourself. Let me be honest with you guys. Nobody probably is going to believe in you like you believe in you. But if you believe in you, that is enough. So trust yourself. Trust yourself. We usually talk about a certain component we usually call self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is your ability to be able to believe in your abilities, or even to be able to believe in your gifts, or to believe in whatever you can be able to do. And so if you really want to succeed, I really want you to trust yourself. Giamini. I usually see, one of the things that I can tell you, and I've told you this time and time again, one of the things that I have learned from successful people is that successful people usually have a very, very big amount of confidence or self confidence. Develop that self confidence and trust yourself. Giamini. Okay? Even if sometimes you don't get it right, at least you tried, and 90% of people never even try. So trust yourself. No matter whatever is happening, just trust yourself. So my advice is let's work on those few points. Number one, if you want to build up, as we wind up now, my points, if you want to build up that particular abundance mindset, associate with people with abundance mindset. Number two, be generous. Number three, let's go of stuff that you're holding on to. Hizo nguo zako mzee peana. Okay, hiyo kikombe ilivunjika mkono tupa. Number four, don't hold grudges. Don't hold grudges. You cannot afford to hold grudges and become successful. Practice gratitude. Be a person with always practicing gratitude. We say that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. The other thing is avoid comparing your life to others. You are unique in your own life. You have different circumstances. You have different challenges. And so if anybody was put in your circumstances, they'll probably have the same. The other thing is acknowledge your friends with a true note or with a genuine note of congratulations. Congratulate your friends like you mean it. The other thing is take small notes as small steps towards your long-term goals. And lastly, trust yourselves. Trust yourself in whatever you do. And if you're able to work on those few points, I'm 100% sure we are now going to be developing what we call an abundance mindset. So this new week, I challenge each and every one of you, operate from abundance. If you can hear my voice, end up kwa chat box andike abundance, abundance, abundance. Let us operate from abundance. Let us shift our mindset from scarcity to experiencing abundance. And I know our life will never be the same again. So I don't know if you have anybody who has a question concerning abundance and scarcity. Feel free to ask. I can take maybe one or two questions. Very good. I can see nobody has a question. Allow me to give the meeting back to our host, Sir David Avi. Sir David, take it from there. Let us have an abundant July. I wish you a beautiful July as we start the new month. Nawatakia July nzuri sana. Let us continue winning together.